Hello, and welcome back to the vlog. I'm Gus,
I'm Tim.
I'm Amber.
and we together make Fili Creative, a video and audio company here in central Kansas. And like most of the world, we are social distancing in an attempt to slow the spread of coronavirus. And since we started doing this about a week and a half ago, things have gotten a lot crazier, although it seems like they're probably going to get crazier still. So update as of today, which today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2020. And there are currently 53,934 people, according to the New York Times, across the country that have it.
Gosh.
And unfortunately, 728 of them have died from the virus. So, yeah, things continue to kind of spiral. Looking at our deaths by country, and just kind of seeing where everybody is, most of the countries have started to kind of curve off, and unfortunately, we are still climbing
Just
steady
growing.
at a rate somewhere between, we're doubling, and it's a little bit confusing due to the way this chart is, but I think we're doubling between every 2 and 3 days, I believe. In terms of
like
deaths.
Yesterday, like the day before yesterday to yesterday, it was like another 10,000 people.
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Got it or died worldwide.
Yeah, got it.
Got it. Yeah.
In the U.S. Yep.
Goodness.
Or were recorded having it, whether they were tested or not. You know, like that's why the numbers are going up, is because we're testing more too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So the county we live in is Saline County, which is in kind of central Kansas, like I said, and we haven't had a reported case here yet, and our health department is sorry about my dogs. The health department just does not seem like they want to shut things down at all. Even though there are cases, there's not a case in the county to our east, but they did close everything down. 2 counties north of us basically has a pretty serious outbreak going on up there. I believe at least 2 cases from what I've heard. And so they're shut down, and it seems like we're not taking the steps we really should be, just to be wise. But I guess that's kind of a judgment call that somebody else is making. But
I hear they're advocating to cancel the River Festival, which is like a big deal for Salina.
Yeah. I saw that Brad Anderson, is he the head of the arts and humanities?
Yeah, he's the director of the arts and humanities.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I know that what I had seen is that he was going to, in his opinion, put forth the idea
It'd be better
that
to cancel it.
But I think that decision is getting made tomorrow, I believe.
I think unless they moved it out
or today.
again. Yeah, I think today.
I think it's going to be today, as long as they don't move their meeting back again.
Right. We'll see how the technology goes with community access today. So hopefully better, so that can get some resolution. So
I did see, as far as I guess like restaurants and stuff in town, I've seen a few more, and this looks like it was updated yesterday, at least according to this post. That like Ad Astra, if you're in Salina, looks like Ad Astra is doing curbside. AJ's Bar and Grill is curbside. Blue Sky is curbside delivery. Actually, Dagny's is curbside.
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Which is kind of cool.
That's really nice. Kids really, I feel for a lot of the kids that, like my sister, both my sisters are kind of going crazy with their kids at home right now. And they have a lot of entertainment that they need. And so having ice cream is something that could be done for kids is great.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen a lot of really cool stuff, like my hometown, which is really surprising because like not a lot of cool stuff happens there, but like my hometown and a couple of other neighboring towns have like gotten together, and like people have started putting teddy bears in like a window of their house, and then like you can load your kids up in the car and go on like a teddy bear hunt.
That's adorable.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
That's awesome. I love that idea.
Like Salina should do something like that. Wouldn't that be cool?
They should. That'd be
Lynchburg,
super cool.
where Hannah and I lived until recently, they just did a parade where all the teachers from the school got in their cars and they drove around pretty much every street in Lynchburg, so their kids could go out and wave to them on their sidewalk.
Aww.
So
Aw.
yeah,
That's cool.
I feel really. My nephew, he just he's 18 and he's about to graduate high school.
Oh gosh,
And
that sucks.
yeah, so his senior year is just kind of ruined,
Right.
unfortunately. So
Well, yeah,
That probably
because
means no
they're
senior trip.
right.
Yeah.
They're canceling like commencement and everything too. So like no graduation
No.
even.
no,
It's
it stinks.
Well, graduation's not that great in my opinion.
Well, I would agree that it's not like the most important thing in anybody's life, but what it is it gives you some closure. You know, it's
Right.
That's fair.
when I look back on
Right.
my high school career, like most of my friends, the last time I saw them was at graduation. And,
That's fair.
Yep.
And that
I don't know,
just
like,
kind of
I-
makes me sad.
I just never really felt like all that different. I mean, when I graduated, and both times I graduated from college, I didn't really feel much different either because I graduated at semester instead of, or I guess technically everything is semester. I graduated in the fall instead of the spring, so technically I did go back both times for graduation, but that was really more so for the family because they wanted to see me walk.
Yep.
And a little bit to see my friends as well, but
Sure.
Right.
to me, like especially like in college, is like when I graduated from Wesleyan, technically you don't even get your diploma at graduation. You get it in
They
the
mail it to you.
So there's just not really. I don't know.
I have.
Then
to
again,
agree with
I'm
that.
just one that I don't love big crowds and
Yeah.
large events.
You know what they do at graduation, both in high school and college? Shake you down for the money you owe them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I am really hoping. One thing I have seen is that I don't know if it was just like a petition or somebody saying something that if they wanted to try and spur some kind of growth in the economy during this pandemic, that they should like cancel student debt.
Wouldn't that be great?
It'd be fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about COVID-19, but if it got me to
Get my school loans forgiven? Heck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible. It sounded to me like in the most recent ideas that people had, it would be like you don't have to pay anything for a few months, rather than
which
rather than
is what I'm
forbearance,
doing
basically.
now
Right.
anyways. Yeah.
right.
I should
Yep.
probably put in for a forbearance.
The good news, kind of last night and into this morning, was that the House and the Senate and the White House agreed on a stimulus package of $2 trillion to
Wow.
the economy, and that is split. You know, there are some things for industry and there are some things for individuals. I believe most households, if your income, and I can't remember, incomes above $120,000 get $2,400 per person. Incomes below get $1,200 per person, which obviously this is what the Democrats' big holdup was why are we splitting this and why is
Wait. So those who make
If you're
more,
making more, you get more?
yes, that is correct.
Why?
That doesn't make sense.
Go look around the internet and find out more facts because I don't really have more. That's kind of all I know.
That's weird.
It's the Democrats. Both sides fought on this and both accused each other of being awful. And I'm
they both kind of
relatively
are.
liberal,
Yeah.
so I listen to liberal media, and so, but I'm also cognizant of the fact that a lot of times they kind of bend things their direction, so I never know
Right.
who really to trust. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love
No,
to have
I
an
just
extra.
I just believe that both sides are pretty scummy sometimes.
yeah, I
so
kind
you
of
know.
agree with you there.
For sure. Like, and I'm a lot more liberal than most of the rest of my family. But, I mean, even if we're only getting that, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd still love an extra $1,200 a month during this. It'd be nice, just
That is
for
nice.
just for security purposes.
I am unclear if this is per month or I think it might
just
just be
a
a
one-time
one-time
deal.
thing.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, which it's hard. Democrats would probably just give money to people and not to industry, and then the Republicans would
Right.
probably just give it to industry and not to people. And
Yeah.
Right.
it's
You kind of need both to make it work.
Yeah, kind of.
yeah.
I would. I mean, I would much rather they just cancel student debt. That'd be fantastic.
Save your $1,000. Give me 50.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair point. I mean, I think I haven't checked in a while, but last time I checked, I think this was a couple years ago. I was at around 22,000 in what I owed student loan wise. And I mean that's less than a lot of people because I went to JUCO first, so
Yeah.
and I only did 2.5 years at university, so
Yeah. It's a real problem. And
Yep, I did all 4 years, and I'm about double what you've got, so that makes sense.
well, I'm making up for it by my car.
at least you can go places now that you're socially distancing at home.
Right. I was
Yeah.
say, at least you can go places now that you're quarantined.
Yeah.
I can
Great
go
time to
places.
have a new car.
Yeah, no joke. I can go places. in
Make
my
sure
mind.
you take your car out occasionally. Like a week and a half won't kill it, but
Yeah.
if this does stretch out to months, like I've been trying to get my car out at least once a week and drive it around a little bit.
Yeah. Well, just
Yeah.
because it's otherwise, if you let it sit for too long, then yep.
I need to get an oil change too, and I'm not.
That's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it myself. I probably need to just do it myself, but
I
Too hard.
I know how to do it. The problem is I don't have a good way of disposing of the old oil.
yeah. You don't just throw that away, do you? You need to. Like,
You don't. You're not supposed to.
Oof.
You could like re-jug it and take it to the hazardous waste place over on Iron.
Gotcha.
Okay, so speaking of rejugging it, I want so apparently some people will do this. They will take a bottle of oil from the store and they'll drain theirs and they'll put it back in the bottle and take that and put it back in the store. Because I once bought a quart to put in my car, and I opened it and the seal was broken, and I should have immediately thought, well, this is weird. And then I thought, I don't know, maybe it broke somehow or something, and like I had just put like a little bit in my car and realized it was already like black and just horrible. So I like apparently people do that.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It's
Right.
not creepy. It's just
Huh.
it's just it's just I don't have a word for it other than it's just scummy.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, agreed. Yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. Almost as not cool as taking somebody else's gun when they opened the chest in Fortnite. Which,
I'm still a little salty about that. Freaking Christmas tree face.
we've been playing some Fortnite that Amber's currently editing up
Yeah.
our first attempt here, which hopefully tomorrow we'll be posting, something like that. So
Yeah, maybe later
So-
today, depending on how long it takes.
look forward to that. That should be some fun, something a little different.
Yeah, but so because that's in a different. That was not in yesterday's video. I had gone to open a chest, and I opened it, and then I saw a thing, and I was about to take this like nice it was one like the pink or purplish guns, which are typically better than the blue when it comes to Fortnite. And as I was able to pick it up, this other rando person just
Ran through
scooped
and
it up
grabbed
from
it.
it. You're like, you don't do that. That's just not cool.
People are not cool. Oh goodness. Well,
Freaking Christmas tree face.
let's see. What other news have we had that's maybe more positive? I don't know. Have you guys
Wholesome
watched,
news?
Have you guys watched like the Tonight Show or Last Week Tonight with John Oliver or the
I haven't
Daily Show?
watched anything.
I
gotta-
saw.
You really got to go just watch a couple things because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is going from home, and it is
Yeah.
hilarious, so funny.
The last thing I saw was John Oliver, and that was like his first address on this, and it was like doing his show, but it was just like in a white studio.
Yep,
There's no
I saw
audience.
that one too.
Yeah. Yep. That's the last one I watched.
Yeah, I haven't seen any others since that.
We watched the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night, and his wife was the camera woman, and
Wow.
yeah, and they were just shooting in his house, and he was like FaceTiming. He FaceTimed Trevor Noah, and I guess there's some DJ who's been doing a live stream, and like
Oh, okay.
he had like all of these famous people watching his live stream the other day on
Really?
on I can't remember,
Nice.
Instagram. So
Huh.
So anyway,
Did you guys see? What was it? I don't know if you guys listened to it, but are you familiar with LeVar Burton Reads?
yes, I saw that. That was cool. With
So
what's his name? The author.
Yeah. Neil Gaiman.
Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, so LeVar Burton hosts a podcast where he just reads aloud. It's kind of like adult reading rainbow, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah. Very very
it's just-
entertaining though.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
I haven't listened for a little while.
Same.
Which I need to get back really back onto that and get back into my podcasts. But yeah, so apparently Neil gave him a blanket.
And it was one sentence.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, by the way, you can do whatever you want with my stuff, and that was it.
Yeah,
Nice.
and that's awesome. And I frankly I need to read more Neil Gaiman anyway. Yeah,
Some
it
of
says
his-
you have
Some of his
my
stuff
blanket
isn't
permission for
exactly
any of my
family.
stories.
Oh, sorry, Tim.
Sorry, no, you're good. It says you have my blanket permission for any of my stories, LeVar,
That's awesome.
which is great. What were you saying?
Oh, like I've read a little bit of Neil Gaiman. I can't remember. Gaiman. How you and some of his stuff is more family friendly than others. So it'll be.
Oh, it's
interesting to
dark.
see.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Most of it's dark,
Yeah.
which I like. Actually, he for those of you who don't know, he wrote Coraline.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the book is actually like it's still technically a kid's book,
Right.
but it's still very creepy.
That one's way more like oriented towards kids than a lot of his work is.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I need to read a lot more. I've heard like American Gods is supposed to be really
Yep.
great.
What have I read? I've read something.
There's he wrote a volume of graphic novels called Sandman, I believe, which I really need to actually read. I had a friend of mine let me borrow like the first volume, which is like this thick, and it's only volume 1.
Oh, and he wrote Good Omens, which if you haven't
Yeah.
seen the Amazon series, it is excellent.
I do
Yeah.
want to see that. It has David Tennant, right?
Yes, and Martin Sheen, I think.
Maybe so.
Is that the right name? It's a Sheen.
I don't know.
think. So
Martin,
good.
Charlie.
Yeah, so good. And that was actually, that was a collaboration with Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, that's right. Which I need to read Terry Pratchett stuff too. I've heard the series I've had recommended over and over is Discworld, which
Oh,
I've
yep.
heard is just fantastic,
Oh,
and I've
yeah.
just never gotten into it. Mostly because I'm trying to make it a priority to start reading more, like an hour a day or something.
Yep.
And I have not started that yet, but I have like I've got a bunch of stuff on my shelf that I need to start reading. I still have like the entirety of Lovecraft's work. That
Oh, nice.
Wow.
like I have like a complete volume that's like this big
Nice.
that has all of it in there.
There is so much media to consume between like video and podcasts and music and books and yeah.
Yeah, I thought about speaking of that. I was trying yesterday to do a collaboration with my improv coach. Since Lawrence is they're on a stay-at-home order, and he's a very conscious person when it comes to what's happening, just in general, like in the daily environment and everything else. And so I had mentioned the idea of maybe trying to do a podcast with him, just because I wanted something to do that would be more on the creative side. And I miss doing stuff with them. And so we tried last night to do. One of these things. So one of the things that we used to do was a thing called Serial, which was kind of like a sitcom, more or less, like an improvised sitcom. We all had specific characters that we had come up with and improvise in like one session, like a beginning first time, and then we keep those characters and we just put them in different situations. And like with different suggestions and stuff, and so it's the same characters, but it's like a different episode every time. So kind of like an improvised sitcom, and so we were going to try and do it as like video wise. So like he called me last night on Facebook and in character. I just answered any questions that he put to me. And so I think the technology is not quite working for him as far as like trying to record the audio and the screen like through the Facebook Messenger of himself and everybody else. And I've tried to do some troubleshooting on that and haven't been quite successful. But so I think we're going to try and do it as just straight up a podcast instead of like a video.
Nice.
This time around. But we ended up doing it last night, and I was the name of this cereal was Mayonnaise County. And when last I did it, when I was still in Lawrence, all I remember is that I was the town drunk. And so last night I decided, I didn't even remember my name, so we decided my name was Timmons, and I was formerly the town drunk.
Ah.
Ooh.
I'm reformed to only drink wine now.
Okay.
Followed by a big gulp of what's probably not wine, but
Totally vodka. I'm so hardcore in the morning. You don't even know.
Yikes.
Oh God! The last time I had vodka was not good. Oh man, I had way too much to myself because nobody else took part in it, like I thought they would, and so, not good. Not good.
that reminds me.
It was fun up to a point.
There is an episode of The Office where Michael wants a party to be a lot more wild than it is. So he goes to the store and he buys like 15 bottles of vodka.
Oh God.
Jeez.
Yeah, and things go kind of haywire from
Vodka is just never a good idea.
there. Yeah.
It's just not.
So I've heard.
It's not bad when it's mixed into other things, like a White Russian, for instance, or a Caucasian, depending on how you want to call it. That's like vodka, Kahlua, like half and half. I think that's it, actually. And those are super tasty. They're rich, but they're super tasty. But generally speaking, like I am very much a mixed drink, or like I either mixed or like a whiskey or bourbon type person.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Generally speaking,
I'll do wine, and I like really fruity mixed drinks, and that's about as crazy as I get because
I'm a fan of whiskey or amaretto sours.
You guys, I must be an alcoholic because like I can just straight up drink whiskey and put it in like Monster and I'm good.
Oh God, I mean, no, I'm not judging you, but I'm judging you.
Or just drink the whiskey plain. I do that a lot.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
You know,
I will drink whiskey plain. I did that the other day. For me, like my God part of that was more of the energy drink because I just don't. I don't do energy drinks.
I'll mix it with soda. Yeah, how about soda? We could put it.
Soda's fine. I'm perfectly fine. Like a Jack and Coke,
right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
Oh no, my video froze.
Oh no, not again. I'm good.
Okay, hold on. Got it.
All right. But yeah, typically, like I like that. I just can't like energy drinks. I don't really love the taste of them for one thing, but I always feel terrible after drinking them.
Yeah,
I don't feel good.
With you there.
I think the last time I had one.
Sorry, I froze.
Would have been
Go ahead.
The last time I had one was when we did Rocky Horror Picture Show in Lawrence, because we did 2 shows a night for like one weekend. So we would do like a 7 p.m. show, and then we would do like an 11 p.m. show. And so I needed something in between to keep my energy up. So I would drink like half of a Monster.
Oh.
So anyway, sorry, continue.
No, that's okay. Hannah and I subscribed the other day to Broadway HD, which is a musical, like Netflix kind of thing.
Ooh.
And so yeah, it's really cool. They have. I don't know if we'll subscribe to it forever because it doesn't have a huge catalog. But so we watched Kinky Boots, which I've always wanted to see, but I hadn't seen it before.
I've heard of that one. I've
Nice.
heard it's good. I've just never seen it.
It was really good. It was really good. So anyway, well, I think we're 24 minutes, so that seems like pretty good amount of time.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day here in Salina. Hopefully it's a beautiful day wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. And, if you like this video, like and subscribe. We always say we have more content coming. Today we really mean it because Tim has a short coming out today. Very entertaining. And we've got this video game project coming out tomorrow, hopefully, or maybe even today.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned. We'll have more stuff coming your way as soon as we can. So thanks a lot, and have a great day.
See ya.
Bye.